Starting life again after Kratom addiction. What does that look like? Hi, my name is Becca and I've been Kratom free for 4 years. And on this channel, I share about my experience as well as having a community for you to be a part of where we can talk about our recovery process, our challenges, our triumphs together. So thank you for being here. So what did it look like for me to start life again after Kratom addiction? As you can see in this channel, I don't know how long it's been since we've had our channel here. I think it's going on a couple years. But in that time, you can see the slow progression of my life unfolding after Kratom addiction. And you can see how I've changed and how I've grown. And so I wanted to make this video as an opportunity to kind of sum it up. And what I hope is that it'll cross your path when you're either still in addiction or maybe you're in the process of quitting Kratom right now, as a way to give you a little bit of insight and give you a little bit of hope that life can be amazing after Kratom addiction. For me, the process of quitting and healing from Kratom addiction has been hard. It's been challenging. It's been oftentimes messy and difficult. But at the same time, it's been incredible and beautiful and rewarding. And it has really made me into the person that I am today. And at this point, I can say confidently that I would not change a thing about my life and my journey. And I would never do Kratom again, but if I had the chance to go back and never have done Kratom, I wouldn't have taken that path, because ultimately this has made me into such a better person in the end. So beginning life again and then life unfolding has been one of the most rewarding processes that I've gone through. For me and for a lot of us who find ourselves in addictions, it's really easy to go to a substance outside of ourselves to find contentment, to find peace, to find happiness. And so there is an aspect of leaving that quick fix option that we have in using substances that's hard for us, because at that point, we need to find a way to get what the substance gave us, the peace, the joy, the contentment, all of those kind of things. We have to find that within ourselves and through the lives that we create around us. And that's tough. Like, I'll be honest with you, like, it's tough. But it's really one of the things that is what is going to shape us into who we become. And for me, life after Kratom addiction it's been nothing short of a journey. It's been nothing short of like climbing a mountain day by day and leaving the addiction and who I was further and further in the past. So now I'm at the point where, being 4 years Kratom free, I can say without a doubt that I'm completely a new person. And the person that I am today, I love who I am. I love who I've become. I love how I get along in the world and how other people interact with me and perceive me and have relationships with me. I love that I can be patient. I love that I can not overreact about things that when I was in my addiction and when I was in the first parts of my recovery, that it was like I couldn't control my reactions. And being in this part of my recovery, I've been able to really see the fruit of that labor of learning true patience through the recovery process, because that was a big thing for me. Like, I didn't feel good for a good solid year and a half after quitting Kratom. And so all of this to, describe the different rewards of who I've become as a person, all of this translates into like the life that I live and, everything around me. And so what that means for the topic of this video with like what life is like after Kratom addiction is that who we become as we move further and further away from this addiction is going to create the life that we live. And I'm so thankful for all of the challenges and the struggles that I went through, because it's given me the chance to create this life that I've always dreamed of, basically. I was able to, because one of the challenges that I went through in my addiction was that my former career had ended, and I didn't know where I was going to go next. And in recovery, I was able to shift my career path and do some online studying, some online school and certifications, and then get into the job that I wanted. And so that's been really cool to have my professional path be in line with who I am as a person. And as well, the creative aspect of who I am. I'm a musician, I'm an artist. I was able to refocus my creative path as well, and I'm in a super fulfilling creative thing right now in my life with the bands that I'm playing in, and then with what I'm doing with my visual art. And so I wouldn't have had the energy or the ability to do any of this stuff when I was in addiction, because it was like the addiction itself took my focus. And so I've been able to do that. And starting over again after Kratom addiction isn't this like instantaneous process where like we quit and then everything just falls into place. It's not like that, and it's not intended to be like that, because we need to go through these challenges. We need to go through the discomfort of the quitting process and the withdrawals and the pause. We need to go through that, and we need to truck through that, even though it's difficult, because really that is what is a part of recreating us into who we are supposed to be when we move forward. This is building character and fortitude and strength in us when we are going through this process. And that's really what is making us stronger and wiser. And then in turn, more empathetic and more compassionate. So when we come out on the other side of this, we are way better people than when we started in that addiction. And then in that, we're able to go forward in our lives and live these lives that we've dreamed of. We have to start small with our goals when we're coming out of these addictions. For me, I wouldn't be able to take on a new career path or a new creative path when I was a month out of just quitting Kratom. We need to start slowly. And so I hope that if you see this video, that it isn't intended to be like, oh, well, just, snap out of it, get your life together. It's to show you what life can become. But I want to remind you that if you're in the hard part of it right now, it's okay to take it slow. It's okay day to day to give your mind and your body the time and the space to rewire and recalibrate, because that's what's needed. The addiction itself causes a lot of damage to us physically and mentally and emotionally and spiritually. Every aspect of our being is damaged by these addictions, and there is a healing and a recalibrating process that needs to go on within us, in our minds and bodies. And it's a good idea to be respectful of that process and to not be too hard on yourself, because that can happen a lot of times. You know, if you see me sitting here in front of you talking about how great life is, it can be easy to go, oh, well, you know what? I'm in going through my quit right now, or I'm in the sixth month of pause, and I don't know when I'm going to be feeling better. And that's okay. I didn't feel good for a year and a half. And I didn't really start taking on big goals until my second year of recovery. And now that I'm in my fourth year of recovery, like, I promise you that you're going to catch your footing, and I promise you that you're going to be able to take on more and more when the time is right. And that energy and that drive is going to come back in you, but you got to get through the initial part of this journey first, which is getting off of the kratom and getting your mind and body recalibrated. So what is life going to be like for you? What are some of the things that you could imagine for your life that are not possible right now? Sometimes things don't work out the way that we want them to. Did everything that I think that I was going to be or that I was going to do in the initial parts of this process, did all of that come into fruition? No, it didn't. But what's cool about it is that what was meant to happen came into fruition. Where I was meant to be came into fruition. And so there is an element of that too, that I hope that we're all able to realize, that sometimes things don't work out the way that we want them to. They work out the way that they need to. And so I hope that sharing some of this with you can give you a little bit of insight on like where life can go and what life can be like after this addiction. So I encourage you, as you're in wherever you're at in your process, to know that things will get better and that things will become what you have dreamed of, or maybe something different, you know. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.